Hey everybody, my name is Matt Coach. I have good credit and I buy houses. And this YouTube channel is here for me to share with you all my tips, tricks, and mistakes that I make on the way to building a multi-million dollar real estate portfolio. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about credit score, what it is, how you can raise it, what factors bring up or down your credit score. So you guys interested at all? Leave a comment. Let me know. Send me a DM. Anyways. So, if you have no clue what your credit score is at all, you can go and create an account at creditkarma.com and Experian.com to get your 3 different bureau credit scores. Alright. So, what is credit score? Right? So credit score is essentially a number between 300 and 850 that determines how risky you are to a lender to give money to. Basically, the calculation is how likely you are to miss a payment by over 90 days within the next 2 years. The closer you are to 850, the better off you are. The higher your credit score is, the better things like interest rates and credit limits on credit cards can be. So if you go to take out like an auto loan or a mortgage loan, you'll have a lower payment if you have a higher credit score. So that's the whole purpose of gaining a better credit score. Right? If you go to Credit Karma right here, you'll see your TransUnion report, you'll see your Equifax report, and if you go to Experian.com, you'll see your Experian report. You can notice that right here, FICO score for Experian.com, where you have your Vantage score here at Credit Karma. So those are the 2 different scoring models that are slightly different and what your scores end up being. When you go to get your credit pulled for like a credit card or a loan, typically you're going to get your FICO score pulled. So Credit Karma is not 100% accurate with where you're going to be at, but you are going to get a general understanding of what your credit score is for all 3 different bureaus. A lender might pull TransUnion, Experian, Equifax, or a combination of any of the 3. So you want to make sure that all 3 bureaus are as high as possible for you to have the highest chance of success with your lending. All right. So you might be asking yourself, if you haven't built a credit score yet, or you have built a credit score, how do you get a higher score? How do you get up into that 800 figure mark and get higher than that? All right. So a credit score is created with 5 different factors, and you can actually see it here on Experian.com. You gotta click on your little scoreboard right there. It'll load through, and you'll see right here the 5 different things that create your score, right? So first off, 35% of your score is payment history, right? So payment history is how often you have paid on time for all of your different loans and credit cards, right? Amount of debt, this is actually configured based upon your ratio of your revolving accounts. So a credit card, for instance, that has $10,000 limit, right? If you have $3,000 on that credit card, you have a 30% score. So that would be your amount of debt. The lower, the better, all right? Some people might tell you that you need to keep some sort of balance on this credit card to help your credit score out. Now, it's better to have an absolute 0 balance on all credit cards in order to boost your score up, all right? Next up, you have length of credit history. So that is simply when you started establishing credit, they're going to take the average of all of your credit accounts. So if you open a brand new credit card this month, that is going to bring down your length of history. All right, so the goal is that the longer you have gone through credit, the higher your length of history will be, the higher your score will get from that, and that makes up 15% of your score. 10% is amount of new credit, so that is essentially inquiries on your account. So there are 2 types of inquiries. There's a soft inquiry and a hard inquiry. So what is an inquiry? An inquiry is when a lender pulls your credit report, right? So in order to lend you money, they have to see what your credit score is. what you owe other people, if there are things like collections or bankruptcies on your account, right? So they have to do what's called an inquiry in order to pull your credit. A soft inquiry is things like a pre-approval for a loan. If you ever get an email or a mail letter for that, that is essentially somebody who soft pulled your credit and saw that you qualify for that loan. That does not hurt your credit report. So you can get soft pulled and it does not bring down your score. If you get hard pulled for a loan, that's when you actually apply for a loan or a credit card or what have you, and they pull your credit to decide what they're willing to lend to you and at what rates. So your credit mix right here, 10%, that is the different loans that you have. So you want things like revolving accounts, mortgages, installment loans, student loans, auto loans are all different classifications of loan to come through. So you want to have a multitude of different kinds of loans in order to raise your credit score. All right.